Bruck against Bob Brune. No stranger to the TV lights and cameras. Stephen Bruck, qualify him as a torquer. Bob Brune, a shot maker. So we're going to see contrasting styles here, Jennifer. And Stephen Bruck opens with a 4-9, a pocket split that we really don't like to see.
Boy, that's dejection, isn't it? Throw a good ball and leave a 4-9 split. Well, the good news is that Steve is an excellent spare shooter, so he should give this a very good attempt.
4-9 split, probably can make this about 6 or 7 times out of 10. The good players, and he qualifies as one of those. Hitting the oil in the middle of the lane and not quite breaking off as sharply as he would like. Opening in the first.
Oh, David, Bob Brune coming up. Your buddy and mine.
Bob, it's hard not to like Bob because you always know exactly where you stand with Robert. He throws the ball well. He's been around the game for a long time, and
ouch.
It's been a few years, and unfortunately yanking up on that ball, leaving the big 5.
As a matter of fact, David, the last time he was on the TV show, it was in 1989.
Well, it goes back for a ways, but again, the experience that the man has should be able to be more than make up for a little bit of time passing by. It's got the white whale, as I've designated it. Look at this, it's close. That's how you want to make it, folks. If you're going to go for it, 2 schools of thought. Throw the 4 into the right-hand group of pins, the 6, 9, 10, or try to shoot the 9 pin over by pinning it or just toppling it over. Whatever way you shoot it, it's a very difficult spare. Left-hand lane, both players opening in the first. And both players striking in practice balls, but all of a sudden, what the heck happened? Flipped a switch here.
764 qualifying score from Bob Brune, age 57, and his 5th TV appearance. 2 800s, 11 300s. We know he can roll very well.
The man can. There's no doubt about it. 1-2 pocket, and he brings it back cleanly, and I think he was experimenting for the pocket shot there. Whoopee. Oh, well.
Steve Bruck, he had a 752 at Durban Bowl, so there was some heavy striking going on there. Lee Nina Jadley was up there, Nick Vogelsang, Ron Horseman, and Joe Barnes.
Steve Bruck, the right-hand lane, and absolutely crushes the pocket.
That ball is rolling very nice, David.
It is. Steve Bruck, 40 years old, averaging 218, qualified with a 752, as you said, Jennifer. His 12th time on television, and it sure seems like he's been on more than that. 15 300 games, and at this point he leads by 1 little bitty pin.
This has been his best year ever in the King of TV qualifying. He's been consistently up in the top 10 each and every week.
I think his game has really matured over the last 3 or 4 years. Always a power player, but again, getting some control behind that power now as we watch Bob Brune set and prepare a bowl on the right-hand lane. Steve Bruck opening with a open and then striking in the 2nd and 3rd frame. There you see the XS AMF. AMF, one of our sponsors, Chris and Company, brings us the balls to give away, and we give those away through the courtesy of WGR.
And that's a great value, over $200 worth of bowling balls each and every week.
That's right.
And we'll tell you about that next game.
That's right. Right before the next match. Stay tuned. Bob brings back another routine spare, but he knows you can't win matches without striking. There's A couple of our audience people and sponsors again. Jeff Weiler and crew, great again this year as usual.
Steve Haynes, of course, bringing out the LeBaron convertible today. And it's a beautiful car, and we'll show you that also coming up.
Left-hand lane, Bob Brune, can he get untracked? Yes.
Oh, gets the nice little shaker going left to right. Excellent head pin action.
Let's take a look at it here from the down lane camera. Nice shot here. It comes off his hand very cleanly out onto the lane. Coming right into your living room, folks. Look out! 1-3 pocket. Now, once a head pin, center your screen, go to the wall, kick into the 4 kicks off, spins around, and does he like it? Still got a good move for a seasoned veteran. Steve Bruck now going wide. Actually, now here is the thing about bowling, Jennifer. Here's the higher average category, hitting the pocket with less regularity than the 189 division. Figure that one out, huh?
Definitely. George Eisman and Bert Brockman just giving us a fantastic performance to open up. This is our last regular show. And of course, next week is the finals. All the big bucks are up for grabs.
That's right. Brings to a close our 1995 season, but we've got a lot of bowling left here. 11 pins separating the two players right now. Steve Bruck moving to the left-hand lane. And I think his comfort level in the left-hand lane is quite a bit higher. We'll see if that pans out here. Again, the oil moves around a little bit, Jennifer, and the people at home. If you see a player lose a lane, in other words, somebody that's been striking or filling the pocket regularly, again, he's a little confused because the shot has changed from warm-up balls to now. And the oil moving around is something you just have to learn to contend with.
That's right, and sometimes it takes a ball change. Sometimes you'll be striking with one ball, miss a couple frames, and you sometimes need to change. Go to a different weight. Steve, of course, became engaged to Darlene this past Christmas, and we all know and love her. She's the all-events champion in the Hockey Classic last year, and she also knows how to bowl.
She has been around Stephen for quite some time, and I guess if she's put up with him this long, might as well marry the bum, huh?
Keep him.
Might as well keep him.
Really, they're nice people, and they seem to get along really great. Steve also brought his daughter this morning, Jessica.
She's beautiful.
She is.
Bob, right-hand lane, needs to get untracked, and it's got to happen soon.
There it is.
Bingo.
Who didn't know that?
Yeah. Bob Brune, don't get so excited, Bob. Try to calm down here.
We ask our players each and every week to fill out some bio sheets so we can just get a little information on the bowler. And Bob's is one of the more original ones, I must say.
It's more like a short story.
He's given us some pretty funny comments here.
I'll try to read through them and see what is capable of being put on air, though, Jennifer. That's the only thing we have to send this through editing here as we watch another great shot on the left-hand lane. What a great shot. Let's look at experience here, Jennifer. He's grooved up. Look at it. Watch the arm. Nice, rigid head. Perfectly still through the delivery, and then he comes up, folks. Watch this ball going through the 1-3 pocket. No deflection. Filled up. Pin in a pit. Every pin doing its job. Bob Brune is up by 11. And Steve just
great adjustment, though. I mean, off of a light 2-pin shot to a 4-pin. I mean, that's a minor adjustment, but it was definitely effective, but not effective enough to get that 4-pin tripped out.
It is. It's a game of small moves, and then you've got to every once in a while take a big chance and just totally abandon the area of the lane where you're trying to play and go to a fresh area. And that's what really takes the experience and the guts to try something, because it's normally a lose it all or use it move.
There's Darlene cheering Steve on, saying bring home that $600. Yeah, I think she's already has it spent myself. New dress, new purse to go with it, and of course you have to have the matching shoes. That all adds up.
Well, it better add up to more than what he's got right now because he's 12 pins behind at this point. Bob Brune with a triple working. Steve Bruck really needed that one, and he reached back for a little extra, as Wayne Garrett used to say.
As he walks off the lane very slowly and very confident.
Watch this release. Down lane cameras. Great shot, guys. Out onto the lane. Good stroke. Not the hard hit that Steve can do, but this ball cuts through the pins. Hacksaws. That's a head pin sliding all the way across. Okay, Bob Brune going way wide on the left-hand lane, and a little confused right now. Let's see if Bob can come up with something original here. Good grip by Bob Brune. Good shot of his grip. Facing the 1, the 2, and the 8. He needs to cross over just so slightly like that. Perfectly brought back. Bob is an experienced player. He hits a few of the stops on the senior tour, and we're very, very proud of what he's done down through the years locally and on another basis. And at this point, he leads by 9 pins. Left-hand lane, Bob Brune can take it to the wall and be there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Throws a great shot, or what appears to be a great shot, but the deflection is what's going to leave the 8-10. Don't take your eyes off the ball as it enters the 1-3. Watch it go to the right. See it jump to the right. 5-pin goes in front of the 8, creates a devastating open frame. Throws hard to try to bounce it off of the pits. And we're going to go to Jennifer, who's going to interview our champion here going into the next.
Daryl, first of all, how do you like the shot this morning?
It seems like it's a real good shot out there, as long as you keep it inside of 10 and keep the speed on it. We should have a real nice high-scoring game.
Great. Last week you won 2 games in a row. You bowled beautifully. Are you any less nervous this week?
I think I'm more nervous this week. My friends are putting pressure on me, and then I brought my family with me this week, so I've got to bowl good for them.
I'm sure you'll do fine. Good luck.
All right, there you heard it. He a little bit more nervous this week than last because he's got something to prove. And Mr. Bruck had something to prove on that shot, striking in the 8th frame and then going into the lead by 4 pins. A double working could be very, very detrimental to Bob Brune's survival after the 8-10 in the 10th or in the 8th frame there. Left-hand lane, Steve Bruck really putting it on again.
David, you can always tell when Steve Bruck just threw a good volley because he gets that extra hop, jump, skip. Right on at it, and then he walks back real slow and cool. I love it.
That's true.
It's a great move.
A hop, jump, skip, and then smooths it out. Bob Brune, right-hand lane. He needs to strike, and he needs to strike from here until the last part of the game. And that was about as good as you could get. He's shaking his head over the 8-10 that he threw in the 8th frame. Jennifer, you were down doing the interview. I don't believe you saw that shot, but it was a fabulous shot. It could have set up a fantastic finish. That was a great shot on lane 18. He moves now to the left-hand lane. He trails by 24 going into the 10th frame. Obviously, he needs all strikes.
We talked about Bert Brockman and her traumatic medical experience that had a happy ending. Bob also had some heart problems. 2 surgeries, I believe, open heart.
Too ornery to die is what it really comes down to. A will to live, and he really, again, a testament to medicine and a testament to the will to not give up and to go out and do whatever you have to do to just keep playing. Great shot by Bob Brune. Even though he's see there, even though he knows he's beat, he wants to go out and show the crowd that yes, I can bowl. Take a look at it. the washout, we call it, Jen.
I normally try to move about 5 to 7 boards right. He's going to get a little thin on the head pin. Bam. That's the best way to make it, when the head pin flies right into the 10 pin, as opposed to it low and sliding into, or coming out of the sidewall.
Absolutely. And he's thrown at that more than he probably cares to admit, and finishes with a 9 count. Senior PBA stop in Jackson, Michigan. He shot 300. Next 7. Stone 8, and he was off the sheet for 279. So he is the kind of bowler that once he finds the groove, he can really, really string them together. Bob Brune, one of the favorite people in this city, one of the nicest guys you're going to want to bowl against, but
a heck of a competitor too.
Absolutely, never, ever quits. If it's mathematically possible, he is still giving you 110%. But Steve Bruck today is going to be the winner of this match and go on to meet our king in the final match. He would finish, if he strikes here, he'll be in the 230 range. A 190 for Bob Brune, not very characteristic of his talents and abilities. But again, it's been, like you said, how many years since he was on last, Jen? About
since 89.
89.
So it's been a good 5 or 6 years, yeah.
It takes a few times to just get acclimated again back to this kind of atmosphere, because it is very, very different.
I can speak from experience. My first time back was just as difficult as my very first time, so.
You can say that over and over again, and Steve is going to be tough in the final match. Steve Bruck, our winner, with 235 against Bob Brune, was 190. He'll go on to meet our king. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.